Now, furthermore, we are going to discuss about factors. See, what are factors? Suppose you have 6 laddus, and you have to arrange those laddus in the columns so that in each column there should be equal number of laddus. See, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here in one column you have arranged the laddus. Okay. Now let's take 2. See, 2 columns, 4, 5, 6. See, here in 2 columns also there are equal number of laddus. Now let's go for 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, here we have 3 columns. 3 columns. Okay, here if we take 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, in each column there are no equal number of laddus. So 4 is not possible. Okay, let's take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, here in first column there are 2 laddus and remaining 1. So 5 is also not possible. Now let's take 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, here in each column there are equal number of laddus, which means in each column there is 1 laddu. So this is also possible. Here 1, 2, 3, 6 or the C. Here 1 divides 6 exactly. See, 1, 6. 1 6 are 6. The remainder is 0. Okay. Now comes to the 2. 2, 6. 2 3s are 6. Remainder is 0. Here 3. 3, 6. 3 2s are 6. Remainder is 0. While coming to the 4, 4 is not possible. Okay. 5 is also not possible. Now comes to the 6. 6 ones are 6. See here 1, 2, 3 and 6. These numbers divide 6 exactly. See, 1, 2, 3, 6 divides 6 exactly. So 1, 2, 3, 6 are the factors of 6. See, what is the factor? If a number divides the other number exactly, then the number is called a factor. See, a number which divides the other number exactly is called a factor. See, the number which divides the other number exactly is a called factor. See, if we take 6 as in the previous 1, 2, 3 and 6. Here these numbers divide 6 exactly. So 1, 2, 3, 6 are the factors of 6. And if we take 4, see, 1, 2 2s are 4. So in 2 also 2 divides 4 exactly. Now come to the 3. 3 does not divide 4 exactly. So 3 is not a factor. Now 4. 4 ones are 4. Leaves a remainder 0. So 4 also divides 4 exactly. Okay. Let's take 3. See, 1 3s are 3. So 1 divides 3 exactly. 2 table. See, if let's take 2. 2 does not divide 3. See, 2, 3. 2 ones are 2, leaves the remainder 1. Here remainder is not 0. So 2 is not divides 3 exactly. So 2 is not a factor. If we take 3, 3 ones are 3, remains 0. So 3 is the factor. See, here if you observe, here we have taken 3 numbers and we have written their factors. Okay, here if you observe 1, 1, 1. So in each number factors, 1 is there and 1 is the least factor. Okay, so what we can conclude? 1 is the least or smallest factor of any number. Okay, any number. If you take any number, 1 is the smallest factor. Now if you observe, see 6 and the factors are ended with 6. Here 4, here also 4. Last factor is 4. If you take 3, the last factor is 3. See, by this what we can conclude? The number itself is the highest or the greatest factor. Okay? The number is the greatest factor to itself. See, if we take 12, see, 1 is the smallest factor. For 12, the smallest factor is 1 and the greatest factor is, see, the number is the greatest factor to itself. For itself, the greatest factor is 12. Okay, the smallest one is 1 and the greatest one is 12. If we take 32 also, see, smallest is 1 and the greatest is 32. Okay, we have discussed factors, what are factors and what is the smallest factor and what is the greatest factor of the number. Now let's discuss about prime and composite numbers. Prime and composite numbers. Prime and composite numbers. See, first let's discuss about prime numbers. See, what are prime numbers? Let's take 1. What are the factors of 1? 1. Okay, let's take 2. What are the factors of 2? 1 and 2. Okay, there are no other factors. If we take 3, the factors of 3 is 1 is the smallest and 3 is the greatest. If we take 4, 1, in 2 table also we will get 4. 2 2s are 4. So 2 is the factor. 3 does not divide 4 exactly. So 3 is not a factor. Next 4. If we take 5, factors are 1, 2, 3, 4 does not divide 5. So 5 is the greatest factor. If we take 6, 1 is the smallest factor. 1 is common for every number. So next 2 3s are 6. So 2 is also factor. 3 2s are 6. So 3 is also factor. 4 table, 4 does not divide 6. So 4 is not a factor. 5 does not divide 6. So 5 is also not factor. Next 6. See here, 2, 3, 5. If you observe 2, 3, 5, there are only 2 factors. Okay. So these are called prime numbers. What are prime numbers? If a number has only 2 factors, then the number is called prime number. So what is prime number? If a number has only 2 factors, then the number is called prime number. Okay, what is prime number? If a number, let's take 2, it has only 2 as factors. So if we take 3, there are only 2 factors. So if a number has only 2 factors, then the number is called prime number. And if you observe, for every prime number, 1 is common. And if you check the another factor, here 2, here the other factor is 2. Here 3, the other factor is 3. Here 5, the other factor is 5. Okay, here if you observe, for every prime number, the factors are 1 and itself. Okay, see here 3, 1 is the factor and itself means 3 is the factor. Here 5, 1 and itself means 5 is factor. So by this what we can conclude? The factors of a prime number are 1 and itself. Okay, the factors of the prime number are 1 and itself. It has only two factors. Okay, we have discussed what are prime numbers. Now let's go for composite numbers. What are composite numbers? See, here we have written the numbers. Here we have written the numbers and we have written the factors of the numbers. Here 2, 3, 5 are the prime numbers, and if you observe 4 and 6 has more than 2 factors. Okay, here 4 has 3 factors and 6 has 4 factors. So these numbers are called composite numbers. What are composite numbers? The numbers which has more than 2 factors. While coming to the prime, it has only 2 factors. While coming to the composite numbers, it has more than 2 factors. See what we can write. If a number has more than 2 factors, then the number is called composite number. Okay, what is composite number? If a number has more than 2 factors, then the number is called composite number. Okay, what is prime number? It has only 2 factors. While coming to the composite numbers, it has more than 2 factors. Here if you observe 1 has only 1 factor. See, while coming to the prime, it should have 2 factors, but here 1 has only 1 factor. So 1 is not considered as a prime number because it has only 1 factor. While coming to the composite numbers, what are composite numbers? It should have more than 2 factors. Okay, but here have only 1 factor. Okay, 1 has only 1 factor. So 1 is not considered as prime number and 1 is not considered as composite number. Okay, 1 is not a prime number and 1 is not a composite number. So what we can conclude? 1 is neither prime nor composite. Okay, here 1 is neither prime nor composite, which means 1 is not a prime number and 1 is not a composite number. Okay, see, we have discussed what are prime numbers and what are composite numbers. Now let's discuss about co-primes and twin primes. Okay, first let's discuss about co-primes. What are co-primes? See, let's take 2. What are the factors of 2? 1 and 2. Okay, if you take 3, what are the factors of 3? 1 and 3. See here, if you observe, in these 2 factors, 1 is only the common factor. So 2 and 3 are called co-primes. See, what are co-primes? If 2 numbers has only 1 as common factor, then the numbers are called co-primes. See, if you take 8, the factors of 8, 1, 2, 4, 8. See, 1 is the factor of 8, 2 is the factor of 8, 4 is the factor of 8 and 8 is the factor of 8. See, if you take 3 and 8, in 3 and 8 also the common factor is only 1. So here the 1 is the common factor and in this also 1 is the common factor. So 3 and 8 are co-primes. If you take 4, what are the factors of 4? 1, 2, 4. See, if you observe, if you take 8 and 4, here common factors are 1, 2 and 4. See here, other than 1, it has common factors 2 and 4 are in common. So 8 and 4 are not co-primes. Okay, what are co-primes? If 2 numbers has only 1 as common factor are called co-primes. Okay, what are co-primes? If two numbers has only one as common factor, then the numbers are called co-primes. Here 2 and 3 has only one as common factor, so 2 and 3 are co-primes. Okay, here if you take 3 and 8, 3 and 8 has 1 as only common factor. Okay, then 3, 8 also co-primes. If you take 8 and 4, here 8 has other than 1, it has 2 and 4 as common factor. So 8 and 4 is not considered as co-primes. Okay, with this we have completed our co-primes. Now let's move to the twin primes. See, if you take 2 and 3, these are two prime numbers. Here the difference between 2 and 3 is 1. So if we add 2 plus 1, the answer is 3. The difference is only 1. If you take 3 and 5, the difference is 2. 3 is a prime number and 5 is a prime number, and difference between these two prime numbers is 2. If you take 5 and 7, 5 is a prime number and 7 is a prime number. The difference between two prime numbers is 2. Here 3 and 5, the difference is 2, and 5 and 7, the difference is 2. So 3 and 5 is considered as twin prime, and 5 and 7 is considered as twin prime. Here 2 and 3 is not considered as twin prime because it has only one difference. One has difference between the prime numbers. See here, what are twin primes? Here, if two prime numbers has difference 2, then the prime numbers are called twin primes. Okay, in twin primes the difference between the two prime numbers is 2. Okay, here the difference is 1, so it is not twin prime. Here the difference is 2, and here also the difference is 2. So 3, 5 and 5, 7 are twin primes. Okay, by this what we can conclude? If the difference between two prime numbers is 2, then the prime numbers are called twin primes. Then the prime numbers are considered as twin primes. Okay, here what are twin primes? If two prime numbers has difference 2 between them, so then the prime numbers are called twin primes. Here we have discussed what are factors, what are prime numbers, and what are composite numbers, and what are co-primes and twin primes.